Hey gamers, welcome to Nerd Gaming, and welcome back to another movie review. Today we are going to be reviewing Benny Loves You, a 2019 comedy thriller movie directed by Carl Holt. Carl Holt also did the CGI, wrote the score, and wrote the entire script. This film was later released to the US in 2021. So let's see if this hilarious film is really worth the watch. Let's start out with a summary. The movie starts out with the scene of a little girl kicking and screaming. She's being a real jerk, and her mother is tired of it, so her mother sends her up to her room. Her teddy bear, Todd, is freaking her out and constantly coming up and trying to harm her. The little scary jump scares. So she keeps screaming. Her mom comes in and tells her, if you scream one more time, Lord help me. So eventually she screams one more time because this teddy bear is trying to murder her. And so her mother comes in, slaps her right across the face, and then puts the teddy bear right in bed next to her and tells her to shut up. Now, as soon as the mother leaves the room, Todd grabs the girl Ashley and drags her into the closet, where she utters one final scream. Her mother is very, very, very annoyed, and so goes up to probably slap her again. She sees the closet is partially open, and guess what's inside? Ashley had her eyes gouged out. The scene cuts to 10 months later, where a guy named Jack is still living with his parents and celebrating his 35th birthday. The picture on screen is a picture of Jack's father nailing something to the wall. As you can tell, they are still very, very okay with the fact that their son is still living with them after 35 years, and you can tell because they're all decked out in party uniforms. Unfortunately, their father trips on a toy car. This guy's 35 and he still plays with cars, and a statue falls, like one of those heavy metal statues, falls down and crushes his head in. Now, Jack's mom is coming in with a bunch of desserts with little toothpicks on them, and she's carrying the tray, and she trips over Jack's dad's body and gets her entire face skewered. Jack comes in to see what all the noise is about and sees both his parents dead. Jack is now forced to grow up, but in doing so, he threw out all his teddies. Benny comes back to life, full of rage, and ends up murdering all the teddy bears. Horrified, Jack calls the cops, which are these two people. This one right here was what would be considered the good cop, while as this one is what would be considered the bad cop. They come in, steal his crackers, and leave. Obviously, they don't believe him. Then, Jack decides to sell his home, because, he has to get a new job in a new life, so he's starting off by selling his childhood home to this real estate guy. Now, he sleeps on it. He hates the real estate guy, but he knows he has to do it. And in the morning, Benny's left a present for him. He quickly disposes of it, goes to work, and he meets his new girlfriend, whose name is Dawn. Dawn had some troubles of her own, which we will touch on later. Afterwards, Benny commits more murders because he's just a wonderful little dog. That's practically the entire middle section of the movie. He just commits a bunch of murders, which includes killing Jack's boss, Jack's boss's dog. He kills a cat and a lawnmower. He kills another real estate agent, and yeah, just a lot of kills. And he kills 10 of Jack's co-workers. Afterwards, a discarded toy that Jack had designed, named AIDS, which was a rather interesting name, comes out of nowhere, and there's an epic fight scene between him and Benny. Now, Benny wins, and Jack apologizes to Benny for forgetting about him, as seen here. However, Jack is holding a knife up to Benny's neck and is about to kill him when, for some reason, Dawn pushes Benny out of the way. Benny jumps out the window where the two cops are there to get him, and they shoot him, and he's dead. There's also a post-credit scene where you can see the skeleton of the person who is going to buy Jack's house, who inevitably died of dehydration and or starvation. Now for the review. The good points in this movie is that it was actually really funny. I watched it once. I would definitely watch it again. Great movie. The comedy was hilarious. Made me laugh, especially when Ashley got slapped. Also, it was funny when they made the AIDS joke. Don't know what I'm talking about? Go watch the movie. Also, as discussed in the interview with Carl Holt, one of the many, he said that there was a lesson that he wanted to be taken from Benny Loves You. He said that many, many films were talking about how you have to grow up and get rid of the past. Benny Loves You, he said, was supposed to show that you can still hold on to the past. You have to still hold on to a bit of your childhood and not throw it away, which I think is a pretty nice message. It's very gory. The gore was spot on. It's pretty good, especially considering that this is just one guy who did it on his home computer. It's just good graphics. Smart man. Also, he did all the CGI on his home computer as well, which is pretty incredible considering that the CGI is one of the most applauded things about this movie. And also, finally, the story. The story was really good. Honestly, pretty sad at the end. I always felt bad for Benny, but hey, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. The bad. There was not many bad things about this movie that I saw, but there were two general reviews. One of them was saying that the acting was bad. And this is just a bunch of inexperienced actors. Not meant as an insult. As far as I know, they're inexperienced. It's just his family and friends. It's his father and mother. It's their fathers and mothers. A lot of random people that Jack knew, or sorry, not Jack, Carl knew, were involved in the making of this movie. Other people commented on how it was too similar to Child's Play, but then again, there's a lot of other movies like Megan. Megan is a direct ripoff of Benny Loves You when it comes to like the story. So, I don't know. I didn't find it to be that similar to Child's Play. There were definitely some similarities, but they weren't that like out there. It wasn't like a direct ripoff. It could have taken inspiration though. And now, for the final rating. I give this movie a solid 5 out of 5. In all, it's a great movie. You should go watch it. It's hilarious. And this little guy is sure to bring you some laughs, some tears, and some screams. He's got a great, great creative mind that's just constantly coming up with fun ideas on murdering people. It's awesome. Anyways, you should go watch the movie, and as always, I'll see you next time on the Nerd Gaming Channel. Thanks for watching.